sure everything's straight. You got ours on. Good thing it's recorded. It's more easy to see me and look into the camera. All
It's
right, man.
episode number.
This is the second one. I don't count the lives as as far as podcasts, because those just live. We just answering questions and shit like that.
You did a live one.
Yeah, we do live, so I'm gonna try to do them like at least 2 or 3 times out of the month. People just ask random questions about HVAC and we answer them.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's spin it. Let's spin it. Hey, what's going on? This your boy Willie from HVAC Is Life Podcast, man. We got a good man in here right now, man. My boy Joe, and he's out from Raleigh, North Carolina?
That's right. Raleigh, North Carolina.
And his company is Triangle Trades.
Triangle Trade Professionals.
Yeah, Triangle Trade Professionals. His company is Triangle Trade Professionals out in Raleigh, North Carolina. So what's going on, my man?
Nothing, man. Another day in the neighborhood, the HVAC neighborhood extraordinaire.
HVAC,
Fixing
man. I wanted to ask you, like, as far as how did you even find my page, or like what my videos was popping up, or someone referred you to me or something like that?
So the first time I found out about you was when Sora came out.
Yeah.
So I was getting on the AI stuff and I was mixing with videos and trying to, dabble in here. And then your video started popping up because you were using, I don't know if you were using Sora, but you were using something.
Yeah.
And I saw what you were doing. I was like, that's hot. I was like,
Yeah.
that's hot. I
Yeah.
was like, the whole creative just changed. So I was like, yo, let me go find something. Let me go find. And that's when I found Sora. So I actually saw your videos from that. And then I went and found Sora and started replicating.
Okay. So how long you been doing HVAC?
The
HVAC.
Well, I got my EPA in 2011.
2011.
I was first exposed to it in 2011. And through Wake Tech, a community program. So that's the first time learning about it, 2011. But then I started actually working in the field in 1 year later.
So a
Started
year
working in
later,
the
you
field.
ended up getting your first job. But was it like an entry level job, or was it like a mom and pops, or?
Yeah, it was a mom and pop. I got a story, about like how I got into that. I don't know if you want to make this a longer podcast. So I was locked up for 6 years.
Yeah. Prior to you,
between-
was it prior to you or after you got into HVAC?
I got into HVAC when I was locked up.
Okay. Yeah.
So right before I got out, I went to a program, camp, and I found out about the HVAC program and jumped into that. So I did 6 years. And then on that, last 2 years, I was in these programs and took telecommunications, took some accounting, took HVAC, and I took a couple more. I was just trying to, just get as many.
What was that like service they offered when you was locked up inside? Like stuff you could sign up for?
Yeah. It's like a program.
Okay.
So you sign up for the class. First, you had to make it to that camp. So you had to do good and all that kind of things like that. And so you keep points down, be able to make it to one of these green clothes camps, one of these program camps. And so I did that. And then you got to make, certain levels. So, I was trying to be good. I was always had a book in my hand, teacher.
Yeah.
I want about all that crazy stuff. The reason why I went there, I was an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was out there selling the wrong products.
Yeah. The wrong thing, huh?
They said it was illegal back then. They kind of legal now, but back then.
Turn the street to corporate, huh?
Yeah, I mean, hey, I gotta do it. Hey, gotta follow the rules, right?
Yeah.
So, but anyways, that program opened my eyes to HVAC because I knew nothing about that. I come from a trade background. My dad, he raised me. We're fixing everything in the house, but we don't never fix the air conditioner.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing about that.
Somebody else.
You gotta get somebody else to fix the air
Yeah.
conditioner. We be changing lights. We be doing plumbing.
Do everything
we
else.
be fixing the washer and the dryer. We be doing everything.
Yeah.
That AC.
Yeah.
Nah,
He ain't touching that, huh?
He ain't touching that. So that was intriguing to me. And when I got out, real life, it was just like, I don't care which job I find first, because I kind of, it's kind of going against me. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't be picky right now. So it's like whatever job and whichever
give you offer, yeah.
I'm going to take it. So I had some interviews for telecommunication, probably burying some cable. I could have been working for Time Warner right now. I don't know. But I got hired at a HVAC company from a sponsor that he was helping me out. He was driving trucks and delivering equipment. And He put a word in for me at several places. One guy, he gave me an interview, had to call him like several times. He was going on vacation, all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, so this is how it started. This is how it started. I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Yeah. So, quick question.
Yeah,
When you first got interviewed,
yeah.
was you a little bit nervous about that job or
Exactly.
and
I'm
then
gonna tell you. That's
you was real
exactly what I
nervous?
was gonna tell you.
Was it more of just like getting rejected because your background or just like as far as
Yeah,
really
yeah.
like just the background part, right?
Background, man. The background
Yeah.
part. It's on the applications, right?
Yeah,
So
because
it's
they
like,
always ask for it on applications. Yeah.
what do you say? Do you lie and
Yeah.
just let me get that couple paychecks
Or
right quick before they
and then
find out?
yeah.
And then, or do you tell the truth and try to come honest? So I didn't really have to deal with that part because my sponsor had already primed him.
Yeah, already. Yeah, okay.
He had already primed. He said he was, dealing with a kid coming out, he's making a change and everything like that. So I didn't have to prime that much. He already knew my background.
Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you what he said to me because it does paint a story. Went in there, did the interview, $10 an hour. And it's 2014. That's 2013. No, 2012. I'm sorry. My dates are wrong. 2011, got the CPA. 2012 is when I got out. I got a
Yeah.
job within 2 months. I got that guy tracked down. Did the interview. And he says, I'm all for second chances. I believe everybody deserves a second chance.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to be able to allow you to go out into the field and work in any homeowner's home because of your background.
Wow.
Now, mind you, I have a drug charge, so I ain't
Yeah.
got none of that crazy crap.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
take that
yeah,
right
yeah.
there. I'm
Yeah.
making money. I was always making money.
See, I got introduced to a little bit different because I had a felony in my background as well. So it's like certain companies wouldn't take me.
Yeah,
I remember getting my like first real job. It was with a mom and pops type of company. Then I went to different companies, man. So yeah,
yeah,
same
yeah.
different
It's
way.
that
I get what you're
interview
saying.
is like difficult. I mean, you don't know
Yeah,
what they're
yeah,
going
yeah,
to
yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah,
But it was so funny. Like, and I was accepting. Like I said,
yeah.
I was accepting. I needed money. I had 2 kids already too.
Yeah,
I had two
yeah,
kids already.
yeah.
So he's like, I'm coming out of the pen, do
All or
6 year
nothing.
bid, got 2 kids already. Like I was out there living that thug life back then.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to stand up.
Mm,
I'm trying to be a man, trying to do it the right way. They're trying to push me back into the system. I ain't trying to go back into the system
yeah,
because, $10 an hour.
yeah,
But anyways, he told me that and he put me in the warehouse, oh nasty warehouse. But I appreciate that job so much. And
yeah,
I organized that warehouse. It was all messy. I organized it up for him. I went over and beyond everything I did. I went
yeah,
over and
yeah.
beyond.
You were just hungry.
I was hungry. I was
Yeah,
like, this is my opportunity. I'm gonna show you how this all connected for me. 'Cause if this is anything I could share with somebody that's been in a situation similar to mine, I think this is it because I really feel like this is the key. I
yeah,
wasn't expecting anything. I didn't know about like licensing. I didn't know about business ownership. I didn't know about the money game. I was just happy at just getting a job and going over and beyond. I used to have to go out sometimes because drivers will lay out. But meanwhile, I'll be in a duct shop making ductwork. So I got really good at making ductwork, transitions, offsets, like this, fabricating ductwork and organizing the warehouse. But I used to have to go out in the field sometimes when drivers lay out. So I would see like, oh, this is how you do it. New construction company, big new construction company. So I would see how they
okay.
run ductwork. I would see how they set the units. And then but I'm really observing. I'm like, I'm gonna make that money.
Yeah,
I need to know this stuff. I need to see the tools they got. I'm observing. So then I just had to go out with the service guy. And he started taking a liking to me because I was just there. I'm always there, and I'm present and I was a tool, what they call them, tool-ish. I don't care. I'm gonna go get that
yeah,
for you, bro. Like I know that once I learn this stuff, it's gonna work.
yeah.
Then a mentor that worked there, he ended up becoming a mentor because he put me onto the game. He put
Okay.
me on. I remember his words, and I owe him a debt to this day. If you need anything, I got him.
Was he one of the workers for the company or?
Yeah, he worked for
Okay.
the company. He worked in the office.
Okay.
But I used to always talk to him, and it was just being positive. I was just a positive person, and despite my background, everybody knew. So I was like, man, don't worry about it. Like it is
Yeah.
what it is, let this thing run. So he pulled me to the side one time, black guy, and he was like, if you really want to secure a position doing this type of work, you need to get a license. When things go down, come work. It's a new construction company. He's like, when things go down, they cut people fast. He's like, so if you really want, to do this, you got to get a license. And I was like, "What's a license? Like, what's that about?" Like, I didn't even know anything about that.
Yeah, because you just working.
Yeah, I'm just like, "Man, I'm making this
Yeah,
$10. I'm bringing home nothing." He told me that, and then he put me onto a guy that taught the class. Meanwhile, I'm about 6 months in. I was like, "Yo, I need to go to that class." I can't qualify for 2 years, but I was like, "I need to know what he's talking about." Like, this dude's like, he's saying, "If you do know how to do this, you gonna get money guaranteed." So I was like, "I need to figure that out." So I
yeah,
I called that guy up, went to the class. I got the money for the books. I borrowed that. It was like 1,200, but I had a bet on myself and, went to the class. Instant. You don't pass the test. Man, it melted my brain.
yeah,
Melted my brain. So it was like I didn't understand none of that crap. I started studying from there on out. And then I got my license at 2.5 years of working HVAC. So I've only like I worked 2.5 years without a license all my whole career. The rest of the time I had a license. But I'll tell you about how he treated me if you want to know about that.
oh, what the
Oh yeah. The boss man?
asshole.
Yeah, I was making $12 an hour by the time I got my license.
That's after that was
Two and
so
a
you
half
only so
years.
you only worked with one company prior before getting your license, you were just with
I
him the whole
stuck with
entire
that
time?
one company. I was scared to leave.
Did he ever let you leave from being just a warehouse guy, you got into the field with him?
Yeah, I made it to service with
Yeah,
him during that time. I remember that discussion too. It was just because of the positive attitude I had. And that's
yeah,
what he said. And he's like, "Hey man, I turned this whole warehouse into production to where the sales guys could come in there and easily do their orders and stuff because everything was just chaos. And I don't
yeah,
like chaos. I like order. So I was like, so I wanted to be like if it was mine. So I added that to it. So, anyways, he was like, "I like your attitude." He's like, "Despite all the setbacks you've had, you got a real positive attitude and I want to give you a shot. We need somebody to be a startup, do startups on the homes, and I think you'll be a good candidate." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." So he taught me how to do startups. So I was started. Then I was a startup guy. Then from startup guy, I'm doing service calls to put me on the emergency rotation. And I'm hungry.
yeah,
I'm eating it up. Like I'll run everybody's. You know what I mean? Because I just need as much money as I can right now. I need to get on my feet. I need the experience too. I need that
yeah.
experience. So, yeah, I made it into the field.
I
I
don't
made
even
it to the
remember
field.
what I was getting paid back then, man. I don't even know. I had so
Yeah.
many I ain't gonna lie, I tell everybody, man, I had like 5, 7 jobs, man. I got fired from all them motherfuckers. I ain't lying to you. Flee, I don't give a damn. I had a felony and everything. I ain't give a damn. I just didn't give a damn.
I was trying to lock in,
I
and
remember
it
when
wasn't a hard.
it's just like when I first got started, man, I remember like my daughter was being born, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? And this was right prior to me taking my EPA exams and stuff. So I'm driving to the hospital, go check on my lady, make sure she's straight before they transfer her to the other room. I go transfer her to the other room. I go get my book so I could study.
mhm.
Man, I go outside the hospital. Car gone. Car gone. Car is gone, people.
You in Charlotte? You in Charlotte?
No, this was Columbia, South Carolina at the time because I was
Right.
going to Centura College at the
Okay.
time. It was like a little they don't even have it no more. I think some of the schools closed down or whatever. They don't even have it no more.
Columbia. Like, what's up, Columbia? Like, who got my bro car? Who got him? Who got
And
me?
they repoed that thing, man. I ain't pay my bills. I ain't pay my bills. You know what's crazy during that time? I was in trade school and I got in a car wreck. An 18-wheeler was like we was at right before we get off on the turnpike. We was like right there at a red light, and the 18-wheeler ran us in the back and hit us. I remember getting paid, I think at least about 11,000, 12,000.
Yeah.
I'm like 19 at this time, 20, 19, 20.
Mhm.
Man, I blow that motherfucking money so fast, man.
Yeah.
I blew the money so fast, man. I ain't even think about like water. I don't even remember what I spent it on. I make you brought a Baltimore
Good stuff.
jacket. I brought that was that back in the day with Crown Vics. I had a Crown Vic. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Crown Vic
Yeah.
boy. Yeah, I had a
Yeah.
little white Crown Vic. But I ain't even pay for the whole thing. I put down on it. I don't know who convinced. I think it was my mom friend who convinced me to put down on it. Say put down and do payments. I could have paid it all. I would have still had this car to this day.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
33? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm
I'm 40.
33.
I'm 42. I'm
Yeah.
trying to because the Crown Vics was popping with the paint jobs and everything when I was out.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I was
back
about
in the day
19.
too, but I just
Yeah.
had a regular Crown Vic, man. So yeah, that got repoed out the hospital. That was like my, introduction. At the same time, I got hired by somebody at the same day. You know what I'm saying? I had a mentor of mine. He was actually working like tell everybody he was working next door to my mama house, and I was in school and I seen his company name on the car. So I go look at the car. I go behind. He working on the end. It's a black guy. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, all right. Somebody familiar because we don't see that too. You know what I'm saying? In
No, you really
HVAC back,
don't. Makes
especially
you
back
feel good.
then. There's a lot of people coming in now, but back then it was like kind of rare especially as far as owners now.
Mhm.
I want to ask you something like, when you was running your business, like fast forward, when you first started your business, like going out, getting calls and stuff like that, do you have any other relationship to any owners that look like you as far as being black?
So the mentor guy, that worked at
So you
that.
were still cool with him?
Oh, yeah, I'm still cool with
Yeah,
him to this day. But
yeah.
he he was working there, but he was a license holder, and he had started his own company,
So he was the
but
license
it
holder
didn't.
for the company.
No, not licensed for the company, but he had started his own company, and then
Okay.
he's like, it didn't work out well for him. And
Mm,
then so that's why he was working there. So he had
okay.
already ventured out on his
Oh, because
own.
no, he already had his company, but probably sold it or closed it down and went to go work for someone.
Yeah, then came back.
It's a lot of guys that's doing that, man. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
not
gotta do what
everybody
you
want
gotta
to be
do.
not everybody want to be business, man. So, it is
Sometimes
a
about the money. I mean, I've been in the 2 previous businesses that I was co-owner of. I have partners. And, when you have a partner,
so your first
somebody.
your first ventures was with a partner.
Yeah, it's with a partner. Childhood friend, actually. Met each other, reconnected on
So
Facebook.
before you say that story,
Yeah.
if someone's getting into business, do you recommend to them to get in friends business by themselves or friends, family? Because especially with dealing with HVAC, like what
Yeah.
would you say to that person
What I would say
since
to
you
that
experienced that?
person what I would say to that person is it depends on you. And what that means is running a business is more than just doing HVAC. It's more than knowing how to fix systems. It's more than knowing how to sell systems, order equipment. It's actually business to it. So there's another game that's over top of HVAC.
Mm,
Also, when you talking about a partnership, going into business with somebody, they have to be able to bring something to the table. It's not just we're just being partners because we buddies. My first partner, he was a licensed electrician.
so y'all went
I was
together.
licensed HVAC.
Yeah.
So when we come together, when we in the home, we can pass work back and forth.
Hmm.
So that worked out well. I got an electrical license from that partnership
Yeah.
because now I worked for an electrical. I worked underneath an electrical licensed company. He signed off on me, and then I passed my test,
Yeah.
and then that business dissolved. You know, let's talk about partners again. When you align with somebody to go into partnership, right? Everybody's all gung ho, but you really need to talk about an exit strategy and when. That's
Yeah.
gotta be part of the conversation. That's a part of the conversation I feel like I had never really had, with the previous 2 companies. There was never really an exit strategy or the exit plan, and I say that because what happens in the partnership that I had, is people grow at different rates.
Yeah.
And if there's no vision, if there's no like determining factor of when this is going to end and how it's going to look, you kind of just, you don't know what you're going for. Today you want to go hard, next week you want to go this month, this year, but you grow at different phases. He started having, he got married, had 2 kids,
Just
life
just
changed.
just life.
Life changed, man. Life changed. My kids were grown, my situation is different. I'm still going hard in the paint. But also beyond that, you have to align with somebody that's going to be on the same like cognitive abilities as you. And what I mean by that is, are they trainable? Are they coachable? Are they willing to elevate, to grow? And because there was a lot of friction in his department with growth. And it really, I felt like it really hurt the company because my department, we went from 1 to 14,
Yeah.
in our run, we had like 6.5 year run. So I had up to 14 guys on my side, but his guy's side never grew up to just 3. So it was like
On the electric.
on the electrical side, it couldn't grow past 3. And it's not because of the work wasn't there. It was because of the ability to train
Yeah.
and coach your team and grow the guys and grow a team together, and have meetings and, inspire the people because they're going to leave. Like people come and go, people come and go. And he had some good players. I felt like he had some really good talent that came in there.
So you say after 2 years, of working for 2.5 years, maybe still working for the company, you end up getting your license. How was it when you departed ways? Did you tell them or you just say, "Hey, I'm out," or
To my employer.
yeah.
So he didn't give me a raise, and then I went and put
So
my
so basically he just wanted to keep you at a certain pay and didn't want to give you
he
yeah.
didn't want to give me no raise. He was trying to
Was
like
there
he
was
was
any
trying
other
to
people on the job was getting paid more or
well, I was making $12 an hour.
yeah,
They were using me as like the indentured servant. It was like,
yeah,
yo, this bro got a felony. Like it was just like, and I was killing it. I'm bringing in money. I'm making sales now.
yeah,
I'm telling like
that that
I'm
that
doing like
I ain't
yeah.
gonna lie, that's why I probably wouldn't last that long because 'cause I'll be seeing 1 and 2 together, man.
But I
I
had but I had an objective in mind.
yeah,
I need to get the license.
yeah,
I didn't care, about the money. The money was gonna come. The money I knew, I believed the money was gonna come. I just needed to get them licensed. And I didn't want to split before I had to finish the job there. And that's the reason why I stayed there for that long was because I had a assignment. I had to get a license. And then from there, once I got my credentials, now I got some
I would
leverage.
probably what he's saying, I'd probably recommend that. Don't do it my way. I want the wild, wild west way. I ain't give a damn. Low license, under license, don't give a damn. I was doing it. I don't
I
give a
was still
damn.
doing stuff on the side. And
Yeah,
that's how I got my boss to actually buy into me getting a license. Because
yeah,
remember, my mentor guy, he told me about doing it. So I was already studying. But I was selling stuff. I started selling systems on the side. As soon as I learned about how this stuff worked, I started selling to
yeah.
people I know, family, friends, community people. Like I'm talking about it. So I was getting units from the boss, for low. But I'd be like, yeah, what's from my cousin? Oh yeah, it's from my auntie. And he was like, "How many family members you got?" He was like, "You can't really be doing this like this.
Until
You
you
can't be
go on.
making these sales like this." He's like, "You got to be licensed." I was like, "Licensed?" I played dumb. License? What's that? I was like, "I need to get licensed." And he was like, "Yeah, you get licensed and you can." I was like, "Bet, I'm about to get licensed." That's all I needed. Because now, it was a setup. It was a setup. It was a setup talk. I was already studied.
You was
But now
already
he
on it.
kind of, yeah, but now it's not going to be a problem when I bring that paperwork to him and ask him to sign off on it because you told me to do that, bruh. You told me to do that. But he didn't want to give me no money. Everybody was telling him to give me more money. I felt so disrespected. Like there were so many people in the office that had taken a test and failed it, and they were still in a management position, and I'm over here past it, first go. Like the people in the management's like, yo, give Joel a raise. He comes over here and helps us when he's done. I be helping. I'm just boom, boom. I'm taking care of. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn and earn. So I'm exercising. It's going hard. And he didn't want to give me. He didn't want to give me $1. If he
Mm.
had given me $1, I probably would have suffered for a little longer. But he didn't. I'm so happy. I'm so happy he did not. So happy he did not. So got over my fear. Put my resume on. Um, they lit it up, bruh.
Yeah.
They lit that thing up. It was like 4 or 5 companies. It was a Friday, I remember, because one company, the last company that called me, they was like, "Come in tomorrow." I was like, "It's Saturday." It's like, "Come in tomorrow. We do interviews on Saturday too." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." I was like, "Y'all about that money." I was like, "Y'all about that money."
Yeah.
So I ended up going to that company, and they started me at 19. So I went from 12 to 19 in one day. That felt real good because I was about to get married. I
Well,
needed
that's
some
how they
money.
usually be, man. So who they don't pay you, somebody else will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then, I skip over a little part. Because I give 2-week notice. And I told my old boss, I was like, "Hey, yeah, I got offered for 19." And he's like, "Let me think about it, see if I can match." I already knew I was gone. I didn't want to match. We didn't been over here. Had this conversation. You didn't want to give me no money, so I already knew I was gone. But I'll hear you out. He comes back with an offer. He says, "Yeah, I'll
Is
do
this
this,
during
that."
the time you had your license or you didn't have your license
I
at the
have
time?
it. I already have it.
You already had it, but you just
Yeah, I
didn't
already have it.
branch off and do it
I'm
on
just
your own.
not branching off doing my own
Yeah,
thing yet.
yeah.
Because at first I didn't want to branch off and do my own thing. That wasn't my
Immediately.
mindset.
Yeah.
I just wanted to work in the office somewhere. I wanted to get a better job in the company using my license, maybe do some duct design, system design, do something else. So I wasn't really thinking about business ownership, but they pushed me to do this. They pushed me into this because of how I was treated. He comes back and he was like, "I can give you 16." I was like, "Yeah, the other company is 19." He said this, looking right in my eyes. He's like, "Man," he's like, "You're not worth $19." I was like, "What other company says I am?" So
Yeah.
I mean, but that drilled into me. That hurt. That hurt. But
Yeah. But
but
you
it's a
used
good
used it
hurt.
for
It was a
you
good hurt.
used it for your advantage though.
Yeah.
A lot of people wouldn't resist it because I would have smacked. I ain't gonna lie, I would have smacked the shit out of his ass. Ain't no fucking talking to me. I remember when I first got into HVAC. Well, not this when I had started my company, and then all right, my first repo before I got into HVAC, right? I
Mhm.
went and got a Ford Ranger stick shift. Didn't know how to drive that motherfucker. Ended up learning how to drive it mysteriously by keep
Keep
going out,
look.
you know.
Wow.
Yeah, until I learned not to go out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, got did business, got a title loan on this one.
Uh,
First one was a payment. I did half, and I was doing payments with the dealership people.
yeah.
Second one was a title loan. Took out a title loan, pay rent.
Mm.
Just before I learned in business, the season might be fast when the season's slow. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
spend all your money
Feel
summer season. Now winter season roll around, you still got bills.
lessons. That's one of them first
So
seasons.
I wake up, truck gone. Find out who took the car, go get my stuff out the thing. Done stole my torches and everything out that thing.
Oh, you got tools and everything in there.
Yeah.
I
So like everybody got to pick their hard, man. Everybody got different
It's
hards, man.
lessons. It's just
Yeah.
lessons. It's just
Yeah.
lessons. You learn so much from that.
Yeah. But I wouldn't suggest anybody do it my way. Don't do it my way, dog. I'm like the Frank Lucas of HVAC. Don't do it my way, dog. I remember it was when that truck got repoed. So I picked my pride to the side. I got a business. I don't want to go back working for nobody. There was a company around the corner. I said, I'm gonna find somebody close. Called them, ended up getting an interview, got hired. I think they had me as a installer slash part runner when it's slow and stuff like that. It was a cool company. But I used to always say, man, I'm only here for a few months and I'm gone. You know, once I save up my money and get another car, peace.
Mhm.
And that
Yeah.
was that. That was
It's
that.
just it's a means to an end, and that's what I it's that same thinking that I try to get people to utilize is have you can do any job if it's a means to an end. It's not like that's gonna become your identity. If that's just a stepping stone to get to another location, then that's what you use it for. And that's why I was
Yeah.
using that first company. I wasn't getting paid nothing. They were taking out child support. I think I was bringing home $100 a week.
Mm.
So how was I eating off of that? I was sleeping on somebody's couch, my sister's, and I was doing side jobs, every chance I could from anything inside the house, like replacing toilets, fixing sinks. 'Cause I was raised doing that kind of stuff. Also hung sheetrock and did framing growing up too. So, I just got a general round of skills and I was just helping out handyman work just to make the bills because I wanted the licenses. I wanted that. I need that separation. The guy
So
explained it to me.
so fast forward, you say you went into business ventures, you had a couple of guys working for you. Now you're the boss. Now,
Mhm.
how does that now and put it in perspective, you being the worker and turn it to a boss? How did that
How that
like
that
how did
how
that
the celebration
feel?
go? Oh, yeah.
Just how
It's,
does it feel as far as perspective on the outside looking in as the boss now? And now you see the workers that some might be imitating or what you're doing or, you know what I'm saying, the
mhm,
values or how you train them and stuff like that.
yeah. That was a whole 'nother lesson that you have to learn. That's another game in itself
And
because at
before
that
and before and before you answer that, when you started running your business and then you start seeing what the numbers and all this takes to really run a business, did you have any type of flashback to when you at your old boss or anything like that? Because you only worked for one company, so you couldn't really look back and look at other companies. No,
I
you
worked for
did. You
2.
did. You went to the other company, right? How long you
Yeah,
worked for them?
a year.
A year.
Mhm,
The treatment was better over there.
yeah. They gave me
Yeah.
19 off the rip, and then, like, 3 months later, they gave me a $3 raise.
Okay.
So, it was like they bumped me up pretty good,
So
and
when
they was working overtime
so
and
what made
everything.
you
It
what
was
made you done?
opportunity call,
So you had
opportunity
some
call. That's when I
jobs
met
for
up
some.
with my buddy, when I met up my old school buddy, he had the electrical license, and, I had the HVAC license, and I was like, "Man, I can do this myself." I felt it. I felt I can do this myself.
So
I've
what
been
you just got
exposed to that.
tired? You just got tired of the bang because even though you
Mhm,
get paid 19, you still have to run those calls. You
mhm.
still got to do your 40 hours a week, and you still it's like
I
I
just
could do a job. I got my license. I could do a job and get paid 3-4
yeah.
times
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Because I was always doing side work too. I
Okay, so
always
you was
always had my
doing that
own.
year. You was still doing
Yeah,
okay. So
I
yeah,
always did side work. That was the only
yeah,
thing I had, from the
yeah.
day one, I was doing side work off the couch when I was sleeping on the couch.
So during that time when you was working, did you ever have like clients call you while you was in work? Like Hey, I need something. Yeah, you had to schedule.
Yeah, then you
So
gotta
you
work
work
that
sun
out.
up to Sunday. There's a lot of guys that did it. My first boss did that. He was working for a company, then got his license, then left the company, then he started running on his own as well, doing the same thing. He was
Yeah.
running all night, all day, all
But
night.
I didn't have like a setup, like my own company. I didn't have like a
Yeah,
van and all my tools and all that stuff and all that stuff. You know, I couldn't really afford to do all
yeah,
that. So what I would do is just, borrow the company tools.
yeah,
I put them chokers in my
yeah.
car because they had sensors and stuff on the trucks. But I mean, I just borrowed this stuff.
Was
But
that the
anyway,
second company? That was the second company, right?
second company. Yeah.
They
I
ain't
was only
have
with
like
them
a
for a
they ain't
year.
have like a tool account program, or you weren't really rocking with it.
No, 'cause I didn't take anything. Yeah, I would just like
Yeah,
borrow the vacuum pump, and borrow the cover machine because that's expensive stuff. Borrow the
yeah, yeah.
gauges. They got them good digital gauges, But as far as like all the material and stuff, I pay for all that because they did
Yeah.
inventory. So they did inventory. So it wasn't like taking the
I
like
think my
capacitors and stuff
first
like that.
job, I probably maybe used like a capacitor or something like that. Yeah, until
I
he
mean, yeah,
forgot.
that's normal. That's
Yeah,
normal stuff, man.
yeah.
I mean, this stuff's so cheap. I because transition, right?
What I'm saying is I didn't get that far. I didn't get that far. You gotta damn use the whole van in the units.
That's like when you
I ain't
when you
got
go to
that
school.
far. I got fired. I remember that like it was yesterday because it's like shit. Remember he fired me. That was my first job that I had with a black guy. It was a black guy. So my first job was with a black guy. And then who I went to my second time, I went around while I stayed there. I went around the corner. It was another black guy that I got hired by, and his name was come Airtime or something Control or something. Older black guy. He old school, small shop.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He controlled like everything in the shop. He let it run on his own.
Yeah.
And I remember I had a shout out to Pastor Pulliam. Love you, sir. Love you, sir. I end up, he called me because he knew I do HVAC, and he had I think like a 7.5 ton, 10 ton unit on for a church or project. I was going to give it to my mentor, but he didn't have a license at the time. So I ended
Mhm.
up giving it to him. The kickback that he gave me for that job, I think he gave me like $100 something for that, $125.
That's
And it
not
was like a $20,000, $25,000 job.
cheap, 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 cheap. Gotta show your
Boy,
appreciation.
I got so damn mad. I got so mad. He fired me that I think like a week after that. Cause I was like, man, why he said, man, you gonna pay me that I could have gave it to somebody else? Man, I was mad, man. I was mad, man. I was mad, man. I was ready
Uh,
to I
yeah,
told
you
him
could at least got a
I
couple
thought I was
grand off
going.
of that.
I thought I was going to kick his ass. He said, "Man, I'm gonna call the cops." She said, "Get out my property." Boy, I was a devil, boy. I did not play. Then when I left them, I went down the street to another company. No, hold on. When I left them, when I got fired because I was gonna kick his ass because he didn't pay me for that job. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
then I went to a bigger company now. It's from
Yeah.
mom and pops to a big company. It was service experts. They had me as a
Oh, yeah.
maintenance tech.
Mhm.
So I'm just doing that's when I really like as far as the volume, like them boys got volumes, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's like every day, this customer, this customer, this customer, this customer, whole bunch of maintenance contracts that they got. And I'm
Mhm.
only changing out the systems that they install. So I got
Mhm.
exposed to that. But I ended up getting fired from that job.
For what?
I do. We're gonna count them down and then we're gonna go back to your questions. But I'm a wild motherfucker, boy. I ain't gonna lie. That's why you can't I be like crazy on social media. I really like that. I'm
You
crazy
really
like
like
that, yeah.
that?
Crazy like that, man. So I go to get the job. I'm doing good. I come in. That's when I learned about kickbacks on UV lights. I had a Hispanic guy. He actually ended up starting his own company too. Shout out to him. Forgot his name, but I still love you, bro. He will always tell me, man, go sell them, sell them. He said, I sold 2 today. I sold 3 today. We used to have our names on the board. Like I said, we had our names on the board for who grossed the most and all that stuff, to make you
That stuff
sell.
motivates though. It
Yeah.
motivates, right?
Yeah. So
That
yeah.
motivates. That
Yeah. So
motivates.
so I end up doing a job, a side job for a club. It's one of my I think my homegirl dad or something like that, or somebody. I forgot how I got connected with him.
Mhm.
It was late night. I didn't go switch my cars at the time. I showed up in the company van, went to go clean the drain in the club. It was drop ceiling, clean the drain, clog drain. I didn't clog it out from the outside. I only clogged it out from the inside. He called me back the next day. It's back leaking, back leaking. I didn't hear. I said, I can't do it right now. He probably ended up got somebody else to do it. Next thing I know, one of the service managers, he pulled me to the office, said, man, Willie, we got to let you go. And
Got
I
called
didn't
in
know
on
it
you.
at the time where it came from until the guy told me. He told me, I want to go tell your boss in the message when I came back to when we was talking. He said, turn me in. So I remember that day because the service manager, I didn't have a car at the time. The service manager dropped me off in front of my mama's house, got my bags, put up. I called my mentor. I say, I just got fired. And my mentor, he's a drill sergeant. So the way he talk, you think he's like disrespecting you. That's just the way he talks sometimes. He was like, well, now is the perfect time to be a boss. And he said, go sell some units. And then he hung up on me.
You went and
I'm
sold.
not
You went and sold
bullshitting.
some.
He
You
hung
went
up
and
on me. He
sold
said,
some units, though,
go
didn't you?
sell some units. And then he hung up. I'm like, what the hell?
You went and sold some units. Is that when you went into business for yourself?
So that was the third. 1, 2, 3. And then when I left them, I was in between jobs. I didn't start my business. I went to go get another job. I don't know how I got all these jobs with a felony, but God bless, man. I just was so magical at getting the damn jobs. And oh yeah, my first company, I got fired because I left my business card in the van and the employee turned it into the boss.
Oh,
And he turned it into the state board and gave me a warning. So
they turned
but
into the board.
yeah. They gave me a letter, it's like a warning type stuff, first time they give you a warning. Then I went to another company, Climate Control, that was right down the street from the black guy. I think it was like an Asian guy running it. Cause I remember when I left Service Experts, I had that book, price book. And
Mm.
I gave it to the people like, hey, y'all want to know your competition price? You know what I'm saying? I'm service tech. But I didn't last long at that one. I got fired for that one too. I was trying to manage this at the time when I was managing the call. You know how it is. You calls coming in
Yeah.
like, all right, man. Like,
You
let
got
me tell
that
what time I'm gonna
critical.
get off. And then
Yeah.
they would try to like call me for another call, but I wouldn't answer the phone and on time and stuff like that. So he just had to let me go. And that's when I think that was my job prior to me buying that truck. That's when I bought the truck and everything, and then started my business. Then after that, fourth time get fired. Yeah, that was
Hey,
fourth. And then
yeah.
in between when I got my truck repo, then I ended up getting another truck from a guy that I did some work for. He was an investor. He had his own stuff. He had brought a truck me, swap it out for some HVAC work. We was good. And then
Hey,
that's when
make
I
a deal.
pieced
Make
out.
it work.
Yeah.
Gotta be able to get creative.
Yeah.
Especially when you're small, you gotta be creative. Use your resources, people.
But
That's
don't
awesome.
do what I do. Listen to him. Play the game. Get your experience. Have them sign off. Get your license. Then go do it. Don't do what I do. I wouldn't recommend what I do. Don't do it. You ain't like that.
They ain't
It
even
don't
built
need.
like that. They ain't
And a
built
lot,
like
a lot of
that.
people ain't built like that, man.
Yeah, built like
That's
that,
why I
bro.
lasted so long, man. They ain't built
You
like
gotta
that,
be able
man.
to take them lumps, boy. You taking them hits, bro. You gotta be able to take that. You gotta be able to take
Yeah,
them hits, bro.
boy. In the bank.
You
For
gotta be able to
real.
take them hits.
Yeah.
Came back
Yeah,
out.
boy.
The rope a dope. Boy, hit him with the rope a dope.
Yeah. So fast forward now, where you at now?
Yeah.
Was there anything you would say to your younger self that we in the position you're at now, if you had to talk to your younger self, what would you tell yourself as far as just anything,
It's a good question.
The
What I would
the
tell
guy, the young Joel of you when you first started,
when I first started
fresh
HVAC,
out, getting started, prior to you even talking to the guy on the job who told you to get your license, that
prior to
person
that,
before, yeah. What would you tell
I mean, that's the
yourself?
guy that kind of opened up the market for me.
Yeah, but you're coming back in the future. You're coming from the future to the past.
Yeah. I would definitely like tell myself to keep doing what I was doing, because
Was
link.
that a time that you wanted to quit for the treatment that you was like receiving?
I was so grateful.
Yeah,
I've been deprived for 6 years,
yeah, okay, yeah.
and,
I get it. I
eating
get what you're saying.
three,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was like I got a
It,
job.
it hits a little bit different because
It is a little different.
any other kid would have probably done
Yeah,
quit or
anybody
left.
else they might not be able to make it through
Yeah.
that, because with child support coming out, I literally was only like having $100 a week
Mm.
for
I
off
know.
my check because I was
Yeah.
getting paid $10 an hour. They take $100 for taxes, and then it was like $200, 100 each kid, because that's all I could actually afford, and it was coming out from the state automatic. So I
Yeah.
was literally only getting $100 a week. So, I mean, it sounds crazy, right? It sounds so crazy. Like, why would you, like, how could you? But I was doing side jobs.
Yeah.
I would always go do some side jobs, 200 here, cut some grass, $50 there. So I'm making money, but I got to keep this because that to me, that having that job, see, before I went to prison, I was saying dope.
Yeah.
So that was a different lifestyle. Fast money, do what you want to do all day long, all that kind of stuff. That having that job to me it was like a discipline to to not go back. Because if I didn't have something to do during the daytime, I would
Yeah.
easily find my way back to those old friends. And I
Yeah.
had to cut everybody off.
So
That was the only
what
way.
would you say you probably made a promise to yourself?
Yeah, commitment.
Yeah.
I was committed to myself that I will make this work.
Yeah.
Maybe it was, and it worked. It worked. It worked. I mean, it worked. So it was painful, but it wasn't that pain. It don't feel painful because I was so deprived before.
Yeah.
I felt grateful. I was like, man, I remember when he gave me a truck to do maintenance. I was so happy. I was like, yeah, I got a truck now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, that was like, he told me he would never let me out of into the field. And now I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at
Yeah.
me, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm still coming up, inching up, inching up. And then on the license thing, and then I get the license before the other guys get the license. So I was like, I got the high hand. Like, I was feeling myself. I was really feeling myself. Like those first 2-3 years, like I was like on fire. I came out of the pen. I'm not going back. I suffered for this amount of time. Then when I got that next job at 19, then it bumped me up to 22. I got married. I had my wife, like a wedding, like a real legit wedding, and got her a nice ring because I was doing change outs on the side, baby. Like,
Yeah.
get that. I was like, babe, what you want?
So
What you
so
want?
like when I
That
ask
adult boy
people
money right there.
now that you're running your business, what would you rather just to do it on the side or run it as the main if you
My
had a
business.
choice?
Would I
Yeah.
rather do side work or have a business?
Yes.
Have a business because it's an asset.
Yeah.
A business is an asset. You grow it and you sell it, and then you become a millionaire. That's the game right now for me.
Yeah.
Grow it, sell it, become a millionaire, buy some apartment complexes. I'll buy one, and then I'll go from there.
So now the phase that you at now in your time of your life, you feel like just to build it as big as you can and go ahead and sell it and find a
Not as
extra.
Build it as profitable as I
Yes.
can because big is not always profitable. Build it as profitable as I can. Stay strategically small on purpose. The use of AI, automations, it expands the middle management layer. All that stuff can be optimized really fast and easy to where things can keep up and, you don't have to hire people, that many office people. Just strategies, different strategies to make it profitable and then to sell it because it's all based off of your EBITDA, the bottom line, how much money you're bringing in and you get that multiple. That multiple is like how operational is your company? How easy is it for somebody to step in and run this thing? And the multiple goes up. So you get a multiple, let's say you netting 200, and you get a multiple of 5, you know, that's a million. That's a million. You work out your terms and everything like that, and let's say you do half a million. So I'm trying to get to the next level because for me, that's going to close this chapter. Like I don't want to do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
The game is different for me right now. It is a little different. I don't enjoy doing HVAC like I used to, but I do enjoy making money,
Yeah.
providing for my family, and it's easy for me now. It's easy because I'm systemized and processed out. I know I know to do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
But what I focus on, just so I can get through the days, is the people. The people now are the main focus for me because the machines I've seen all the machines. I don't repair it all. I know what it's going like. It's going to be a change. I know what they're going to say. I know how I'm going to go around that. It's just now it's just the people. I just want to
Yeah.
see like how the people are and connect with the people. And now I do a lot of networking, and that's why I get a lot of referrals because I'm real personable with the people because I'm not worried about the equipment. They're worried about the equipment. I'm not worried about it. I know I can fix anything. And if I can't
Yeah.
fix it, I know I
I
can
think that
replace
would
it.
be a big expert on smaller business. Get in touch with the people, A
Yeah.
lot of big box companies, you don't get in touch with people. You just speak to the
And especially
dispatcher, and then that's it. And then technician that left the job.
And especially if you're a license holder. You are the doctor. You are the boss man. You the one that got the paperwork. And you up in their house talking to them and you presenting like you are that. It's a different. How you gonna put a technician compete against me?
Yeah.
Can't compete, no technician can't compete against me on no sale. A sales guy can't compete against me on no sale. I'm the boss. I'm the license holder. And that's not even trying to toot your own, but that's how that when you have the paperwork and you're talking to them, it's like the other boss of the other company didn't come out and talk to you. Like
Yeah.
that's how I use my leverage now. You always have something to leverage, but when I had the big company, we had 65 people. That's the last company I was just partnered with. I wasn't going to the field doing nothing.
This was the second one.
Nah. So I worked for 2 companies, and then I
Okay.
went out on my own. And then I had one company, I went out on my own, and then I had another company that I was partnered up with. Not on my own. These 2 were partners,
Yeah.
partnerships. And so this last one, we had 65 employees, big new construction company in Raleigh, do service and everything like that. I took them, processed them out because they were bad. It was kind of bad.
So the
But
second one was another HVAC owner?
uh
Okay.
Yep. It's another, and we had multiple licensees. So I was one of the licensees in that company because you have to have multiple licensees when you start getting over a certain number of people that's at the company. So it was multiple reasons why I was getting brought into the situation. I had an electrical license. I had a mechanical license. I had experience in management. I'm a systems process guy, and I'm a marketing guy. I got a marketing agency. So I came in as a sales and marketing director.
During both of these times, your company was the same name that you have on your shirt, or was another company? Was another
That's another
company?
company. I just created this company 10
Okay.
months ago. This company's only 10 months old.
Okay.
Yep. And this is the only company that I have owned just me. The only HVAC company that I
So
own just me
since it's just you, which one you prefer, partnership or on your own?
on my own.
On your own?
But
Could you?
but because I already know the game.
Yeah.
See, but I had to learn the game, and that each one of those other partnerships, I gained tools. The first one, I gained an electrical license. You need to get the electrical license. And I learned about running. I learned about organizing people, learning how to deal with personalities, putting people in teams. I learned about marketing and sales, and the websites and all that kind of stuff. So then when we went to the next company, I'm sales marketing director. What I learned at that company had PE money. They had private equity money.
Okay.
So I was sitting at the big table. I
Yeah.
was sitting at a big table. It was like 8 people, and it was like 4 employee owners, and it was 4 people that were investors. So it was like real quarterly meetings. That was my first time being exposed to the investor,
On
like
the
what
investment side. Yeah.
on the investment side, like what they want to hear, what they want to talk about, the numbers they want to see, the documents they want to see. And they don't care about HVAC. They don't even know how to do HVAC.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of them know. Yeah. They don't know how to do HVAC. It's just
Yeah,
about
but
numbers.
this is the numbers. Knowing how to make that translation from work in the field to actually, in this boardroom, setting up goals and what we're going to do and trying to project and budget and all that kind of stuff. That was another skill. That was the business of HVAC that I was learning. And I was listening, I was soaking it up, soaking it
Yeah.
up. So now that when I got that, because I was always fuzzy on the numbers part. That was
Yeah.
kind of, I was always a little fuzzy on the chart of accounts and the balance sheet and the cash flow, and the P&L and what this stuff means, and I didn't really understand
Because
that
I'm
stuff.
pretty sure they want to know all that. But they're
Well, they
investing in
taught
something.
us.
Yeah.
They taught us that. They were
Yeah.
accountants. 2 of the 4 investors were accountants.
Mm.
Accountants are very powerful people. Accountants are very, very powerful. They're very, very smart. They can do business very well. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
they're for, right? So I learned that accounting part, and now because I know marketing, sales, because I know the game of HVAC, because I know the numbers, I feel confident that I can just do this by myself.
Mm. Yeah.
I can run it. I can run it by myself because I already know and been exposed to and already have the systems, because kind of already you keep all that stuff, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You keep all the templates and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Just plug and play.
yeah, but for anybody else, if you don't have that experience, it's going to cost you. You're going to have to pay for it, and accountants aren't cheap, and then they're not going to really work with for your benefit. It's going to be hard for them to understand the HVAC and for you to tell them what to do if you've never seen what they're doing and they've never seen what you're doing. So it's hard to cross that chasm. So my advice would be just to do the best you can at the company you're at and just get some training on just some numbers and how, the books work. I mean, we kind of need to teach people, we kind of need to teach people
That's
how to do that. And
yeah.
because that's a requirement. If you're going to be in business, you need to know how to get your chart of account set up and get all that your paperwork because you want to make money. If you want to have an asset and you want to sell it, then you need to start from day one, making sure that everything's being tracked and categorized properly, so that when you present your paperwork to your investors, they understand it.
Amen. Yeah, they understand it.
Yeah, and they can actually do something with it because yeah, that's just the way the game works. So yeah, I forgot what the question was.
Nah, I'll just let you talk, man. I'm not one of the podcasts that just talk over you and talk crazy. I talk my story. I got 5
Yeah.
from different companies, just crazy stories, but that's the thing about HVAC. We all come from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
But it's always the same. The main goal is to, stay in business and do well in this field. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
it
Staying
all
in the
coming out
game.
to the same goal. Just stay in, man.
Stay in and just keep learning, keep partnering up, like networking. It's all about networking, man. It's all about networking. Like I run networking events here in Raleigh every first Tuesday of the month
Yeah,
with business professionals because real estate agents pass you work. It could take one person. Like I got so many stories of meeting one person and it just boom changed the
yeah,
game. Boom, $500,000 sale. Boom, $300,000 sale. It's just like one person
yeah,
changed the game. So like 90 some odd, I remember the first big deal sale I made, it was like 90 some odd units for an apartment complex, one deal.
yeah,
And it was like, they wanted it done in like 3 months. Man, that was like the biggest deal I ever seen. Well, I had to format that deal
yeah,
where it made sense, and how we can finance this deal, and all that experience, but yeah, that fed us the whole winter, but it was one person. I fed my whole army,
yeah,
for the whole winter, we was busy, wide open, changing units out 2 and 3 a day, because of and it was a networking deal. It was a referral. So, do good by people and always ask, stay in their life. And that comes down to your CRM too. If you set up your campaigns right, all your customers are getting newsletter once a month, they're getting a ping from you, once a quarter, email, once a quarter, just to you gotta stay top of mind. You gotta stay top of mind. I got like over 7,000 people in my phone because
yeah,
I put them in there, man. It's like, that's the magic. It's data. That's how I can go move around. They call me. I'll never change my number because,
yeah.
yeah, they're calling wherever you
So
go.
yeah, first one was to partner with the electrical. The second one was like a PE type
Yeah.
situation. Now the
Mhm.
third, which is
What am I
the good
doing?
luck third, say the third is the charm now. So third
Yeah,
is the
this is the one
charm.
I'm gonna sell. This is the one
Yeah,
I'm gonna sell and complete my HVAC story. We're
yeah,
going to the next level. I gotta complete this journey. I'm always
yeah,
gonna have these licenses and stuff, but it all stacks on top of each other in my mind. 'Cause I'm
yeah,
gonna get an apartment complex. It needs maintenance. That's one of the heaviest expenses when it comes to servicing property management is maintenance. But I'm getting a plumbing license. I'm taking the plumbing. Did you know about that? They changed up. They made like a loophole to get the plumbing license and to get the HVAC license
no,
in the law. So a couple years ago, and so if you've had an HVAC license for 10 years and you haven't been in trouble with the board, or if you've had a plumbing license for 10 years and you haven't been in trouble with the board, you qualify to take the other
okay,
test. You still have to pass it, but you qualify
yeah, yeah,
to.
it's still qualify.
I had a good record. It's one good record I got. I'm trying to keep that record as clean as possible because the other
Yeah,
record is trash. Like I got to keep one of these records clean, boy. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? The other record is a rap sheet. So I'm taking that plumbing uh, prep class this weekend, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pass that test and get my plumbing license. I'm not trying to do crap work. I just want to do like water heaters, the expensive stuff, water
yeah,
filtration systems. Like I want to do that premium, all that kind of premium stuff. But that's where the money's at. That's why I take care of retail customers.
yeah.
And plus, this is another thing. I have this thing. I want to be a trade titan. Got to be
Okay.
trade titan. I want to master the trades on a HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and a GC license. I'm trying to get my GC license next year, and then I have all 4 licenses. And
It'll be
then,
unlimited.
yeah, just like
Yeah,
I can do anything inside the home. Because I want to be able to have that power. That's a power to have the license. Is a power. It's you have. Yeah, it's a power, man. You make money
yeah.
from
You
just having a
you
piece
have
of
you have
paper.
that opportunity when something
Yeah,
arises that
yeah.
it can be done. Yeah.
You can do it. You can pull permits. You can make this thing legal. You can charge big bucks. It's a real thing.
That that's
So
that's that's if you know how to do the work now.
if you don't know how to do the work, hire somebody that know how to do the work.
There you go.
That's what I'm gonna do with the plumbing. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know how to do plumbing, but I know how to hire somebody.
Yeah.
I know how to know if they know what they're doing, and I know how to do not overstretch myself. So it's just all about being smart, and just making something work. But somebody's gotta provide the house. Somebody's gotta provide you know, have the license to say we can engage in this business. And it's gonna roll over into the apartment complexes. I'll be able to take care of business
Does
there.
does all that you've been through, and as far as when you first started, do you feel like when he told you that you weren't worth that, does that still stick with you today? That's why you're so driven from
Mhm.
how he treated you?
Yeah, I like to make it stick. I like to
Yeah.
remember it. I like to remember it because, like Michael Jordan, like he be petty with the.
Yeah.
You gotta make up a reason sometimes, right? You
Yeah.
gotta you gotta you gotta hang on to those things when people didn't believe in you. The haters.
Yeah.
I hang on to the haters. The last company I split from, some haters over there, bro. I love it because, you know,
It was the second company, right? The one with the
the
multiple
second
owners?
company, yeah, with the owner, but then this
Yeah.
last company I just split from, there were some haters over there too. There's some.
Was it the PE one? The
Yeah,
second one?
the
Oh,
PE
okay,
one.
because it was multiple owners.
Yeah, it had multiple owners, but the hate
Okay.
came from inside the company, from employee owners.
Okay.
Jealousy, envy, and just, like I ain't here to play office games, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when the office get too big, then you turn to office wars and people just acting like politicking and all that kind of stuff, man. I ain't about that, man. I'm
Yeah.
trying to make money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to play trickery and, all that kind of office stuff. You know what you're doing in the office, telling secrets and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah,
let's just make money,
I
man.
ain't lasted long in the office
I
space.
hated the office, bro.
I done smacked a motherfucker up, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Willie gone. Willie gone. He fired.
yeah, that's one thing I
Yeah.
had to get adjusted to. Also, that office. I was in the
So
office for
but
about
somebody
5 years.
somebody gotta do it though, because
Somebody
if
does.
you would have gave up, you would never got into those tables that you needed to get into. So
Yeah.
somebody and it's glad that you got into it. So that was the whole reason why I made the HVAC is life, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm like you say, network, I got into circles with different people, bumped shoulders with different people that I didn't ever know. You know,
Mhm.
reason I got bumped into it, it was a guy. I think he was. That's when I first started my content creating and start doing more videos and posting and stuff about HVAC. And then I used to do like pictures and stuff. So it was a
Mhm.
guy. He was running his company. I think he had a vest or whatever for his company, and he did a picture or something of him on a private jet with another guy who was in California that had his business. I photoshopped my face on the motherfucker and that like it was me. So
How you
everybody
do that?
laughed, and I do some wild shit, man. I don't know. I do it. They think about like, damn, did I really just did that? So I post a picture, everybody laughed. But I say, fast forward, he had a big expo out in Vegas, and it was for HVAC expo where different owners come in. We communed together, saying had a different board meetings, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Came out there, met a lot of people, and it just grew from there, man. I ain't gonna lie, it grew from there. I've been blessed to have. I know a lot of damn owners, man. I know a
Yeah.
lot of owners. We all passing information, just like the group chat I put
Yeah.
you in. You know, what I'm
That's
saying them
right.
all owners that I met one
Yeah.
by one by one. So
Yeah.
it's like, man, I don't know, like. Was just happy to be here. Just, you know what I'm saying? I love spreading knowledge because I mean, once you
Yeah.
got it, you retain it. They cannot take it away from you.
Yeah.
Big on
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. I like to make other people or, afford people an opportunity that I had, where somebody put them onto game.
Yeah,
Somebody was able to, open their eyes to, another world of HVAC where you can really make really good money. Like, you
yeah,
can make as much money as you want. You can make as much as you want,
yeah.
but you gotta be put onto that. And passing that test, man, that test is not easy. It was not easy for me. That was a very difficult test. And I want to like coach people. I think I'm thinking about that. I was thinking about that last couple of days of maybe setting something up where I can coach people, through the test. So just get them passing the test and just get them there, just so they can, have that experience. Because I want to give back. I want to be able to allow people to have the same opportunities I had, and they need more time. Give them more time, give them more training. Give them my perspective, and just be
You
able to be there.
definitely gotta reach back. I don't know. because I had a talk. I forgot his name. Lord forgive me for his name. The guy, I think he's in your town. The one with the father and son business.
Oh yeah, Adrian.
Yeah. So me and him had a talk, and I was just like, the stigma. Like when I was getting into HVAC, what I'm saying, I had these owners that, what I'm saying, that looked like me, but they
Hmm.
treated me worse than the.
No,
So just had that little stigma, man. So that's
yeah.
why I'm like, when I see people that look like me, I give it away because I had
Hmm.
someone who looked like me give it away, and he been courteous to me. But
Hmm.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I can't get it past. I try sometimes, but that's why I have you in that group with the people that I could bond with. What's the use of having the information if you can't pass it to someone else that
Yeah,
can make them fortune just off about just tell because you can give people information and sometimes they don't use it. But if you could get that one person to listen and they use it and they win, it's a win for everybody.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I've had that feeling in the past because I've worked with three guys that have gotten their license, that worked underneath me. Because that's how I am when with my employees. I'm always pushing them because
Yeah.
I want smart employees. They'd be like, why would you want to like, coach your employees to get licensed? Because I want them to be smart. I want them
Yeah.
to replace me. If they leave, fine, they leave. It's okay. Let's coach the next person. Hopefully they won't leave because I treat them well. And if they do, they'll go find out it's not greener on the other side and come back, because I treat them well. I'm the one that put the books in their hand. I open their minds. That's a power. Like you never forget the person that put you on. You never forget the person that put you on. And those guys are still, really tight with me, hit me up, and tell me like it changed their life. Even with the companies that we were with, and when I split, they were able to get jobs just like that. Good jobs in the office,
Yeah.
doing, because it's like you got license now, bro. You don't have to own your own company, but you can go work for
Yeah.
somebody else and make some good money. So I like helping people out like that. You can change your game, you can change the game, change your zip code. That's what I like to say. You can change your
I know,
zip
right?
code. Yeah, make
Yeah.
some money for your honey.
Now, we're coming in about an hour. I'm gonna ask you probably two more questions now for like as far as now you're in the owner position now. Was there any like kind of kickback to when people started knowing that you was the owner? Because like once you first start running a business and people ask, "Are you the owner?" and stuff like that. Was there any like resentment for
For
when
me,
you come
being the owner.
stepping into the house and
Mm,
like customers try to size you up and stuff like that?
People like try to get discounts and stuff.
I wouldn't say discount, because like when I first started, I didn't really know too much, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, clients will try to like size me up, see if I know what I need to know. Do I know the
Oh,
like, like
yeah.
the stuff that you know now, like the
Yeah.
back of your hand, but like when
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
first start, you don't know how much you charge for that. They size you up, looking at your body language, looking at all that stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That was in the beginning. That was in the first partnership that I had. I had that feeling,
yeah,
that it's kinda like imposter syndrome, people might describe it as, where you're just new, you're doing this for the first time, and you may not you've seen examples of it, you've seen models of it because you worked at other companies, but now it's yours,
yeah,
and you gotta get your price book right, and you gotta get your systems right, and, your follow-up game right, and your estimating right, and, but, I got past that, and the
yeah.
customer but you know what I did back in the day? I'll tell you what I did. I never told people I was an owner.
Mm,
I always took I'm an employee and this is company policy
yeah.
because then I didn't have to worry about having to do no negotiations, So I was always
So you
throw it
will
above
you
my
would recommend people to do that or
it's that is an easy way to not
yeah,
have to worry about, having that negotiation, conversation. Now I tell people I'm the owner
yeah.
because
It
like
is what
it is what it is, and
yeah,
Imma charge you like I'm the owner. Like, you want the best, don't you? Like, you want
yeah,
somebody you want somebody qualified, don't you?
yeah,
I love when they follow me around. I love when they follow me around and ask me questions. Imma eat them up,
yeah,
eat them up. Boy, what James Bond eating them W's, boy, I'm eating them wins. We got 2 of them you around. What? I am building the estimate work from the I'm like, "You
yeah.
see that?" I'm like, "No, look right there. Look right yeah, look at that. Man, you saw I'm
So
selling. I'm selling the whole time."
now for the third time, you got the company now, you're the owner. Is there any like future planning as far as growth or
Yeah.
something that you want out of this year or any like goals you want to knock off as far as the future?
Yeah. So I have a 5-year, $5 million goal.
Yeah.
This is going into my second year in a couple of months. So and if it shrinks down, because I'm trying to compress it as fast as possible,
Yeah.
but I want to make for every year that I have this business open, I want to make 1 million in
Minimum. Yeah.
exit value, not $1 million a year. I mean, so if I do 3 years of growth, then I want to have my company worth at least 3 million.
Yeah.
So, but 5 is gonna be my target, and then I always wanna sell it to the next person that wants to make an investment and roll my portfolio up, or however we want to establish that sale. So now I'm having to learn about that. So I'll tell
Yeah.
you where I'm at right now. I don't know how that game goes. I don't know how the a merger acquisition, game. So I'm learning. So I'm looking for some mentors, you know, that can kinda help me out understanding 'cause I'm not there yet,
Yeah.
but I need to know where to go. I need to know how to build, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, my thinking is go to them, ask them, "What do you want to see? How do you want to see?" Even though I know the numbers and stuff, but I wanna know for a transaction
Mm.
how they wanna see it. Like,
Yeah.
how many memberships do they wanna have? How much revenue they wanna have? Like, do they wanna look consistent? Are they gonna be, penalizing because your revenue's up and down too much? What kind of systems do they like? Because that's what makes your multiple, and one more multiple, a 2 turns into a 3 turns into a 4, that's money. You don't wanna
Yeah.
lose a multiple and, operational wise. So how do they wanna see the operational processes, dialed out? We got ChatGPT now, like, I just need to see it, bro. I just need to see it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, this is the opportunity age right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's my goal now, learn that game so that I can, be there in 3 to 5 years and then exit because that'll make me feel complete that I'm a business owner, that I was able to start a business, grow it, sell it, make millions. I can die a happy man. No, I'm not gonna die. I'm
That's a
gonna
good
go to
thing because
Thailand. We're gonna go to Thailand, boy. We're
that's a
going
good thing, man. Because a lot of guys that I see, some of them don't have exit plan. Some of them don't never plan to exit, you know?
No,
And it
yeah, I
just stuck
didn't either.
either
I
stuck
didn't.
in that process or just, get old.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
wasn't until I met with, that last company with the
The
investment
PE. Yeah.
that I learned that and they said it straight, businesses are created to be sold,
Yes.
point blank
Absolutely.
period. It was like, that's just the way his philosophy. Now, there are options where you can, maybe retire, leave it to somebody, and then you can kinda run, but
Yeah.
you're still in the business. You're still
Yeah.
in the business, you know what I mean? So it's like an investor is above the business. They are above the business. They don't deal with any operations.
Yeah.
So at the most, I'll be an investor, where I can coach, guide people, do some one-on-ones with them, but I don't want to be in operations. I'm trying to get above
Yeah.
operations, be an investor. I feel like an investor is a life that we all seek. I think that's the life that people are really seeking is they're wanting to be an investor. They want time freedom. If you want time freedom, then you have to have assets that are producing money for you. And if you have an asset, that means you own the asset.
Yeah.
So you're an investor, you're an owner,
Mhm.
and that way you don't have to go trade your time for money. Because
Yeah.
even operations, if you're a manager, you're still trading time for money.
Yeah.
You can be, so getting to that investor stage where somebody else like you hire a CEO, that's when you're an investor. When you got somebody else doing all that stuff and you ain't got none of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So learn that game is the next level. And then I'll jump into an apartment complex. Learn that game.
Alright, my boy.
Yeah. What about you though? What about you? What's your goal?
To be honest, man, my main goal is just to go ahead. I'm already implement my, as far as my systems already in place. I'm building up the customer base. I really want to just like how I keep forgetting his name, the guy over there where you at.
Adrian.
Yeah, so basically just build my maintenance contract. So
Yeah,
build it
that's
up so
important.
big, big it up so big that it grows so big. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I could see myself 2, 3 million,
per year.
Charlotte overhead. I'm controlling all my overhead. So I'm trying to
Mhm.
max out on how much profit I can make on the business and as far as my netting. You know what I'm saying? So basically I'm just trying to draw back and really like control my overhead and just increase my income.
Okay, think about this. If you do 3 million revenue and you do a modest 20% profit, That's $600,000, and you get a multiple of 4, that's over 2 million to exit. So $3 million is a $2 million cash, like I can walk away
Yeah.
type of situation and wait out your 2 years, do it again, or just go all in on
I'll
something
probably
else.
say I have no clue, man. It depends because I feel like that's why I've been doing the HVAC is Life. That's why I've been doing the podcast because I feel like God is pulling me somewhere else,
Mhm,
doing the training. You know what I'm saying?
mhm. Yeah,
Just trying to do more than just HVAC because
yeah, yeah.
try not to put all your eggs in one basket. I'm more than just HVAC. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I got a life outside of HVAC. If I had a choice, I'd just get paid for people to talk to me.
Yeah. Doing
Pay me
podcasts.
$10,000, I'll go fly over there. Let's talk. All right, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what I like that you're doing is you're stacking your skills in the same pipeline. So it's all about HVAC. You're not
Yeah.
dabbling off into like, want to do this or want to do a whole separate another thing. It's like, hey, I'm gonna do a podcast about HVAC. Hey, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do a school about HVAC. And guess
Yeah.
what? I do HVAC. So it's like
Yeah.
it's all layered on
Implement it.
top
Yeah.
of each other.
Yeah.
All layered. And then your operation, your service company operation is going to invest in your podcast,
Yeah.
and it's going to invest in the school, So that's your money, that's your cash cow, your cash machine is your service company.
Yeah. We're going to that
And
virtual. We're going to that virtual, baby.
yeah.
Because it's a lot of guys that's doing HVAC right now, and some of them getting paid through social media. Some of them getting sponsorship. Like I know Facebook pays, TikTok pays, YouTube pays, Instagram. You can only get paid through subscriptions, and usually Instagram is like sponsorship. That's why you see a lot of people on Instagram. There's a whole bunch of sponsorships going on where they just advertising people merchandise or advertising people tools and stuff like that. And I had a few people. Matter of fact, I just DM a guy who got his own A2L digital gauges that he sent to me, and I was supposed to do a review on it, but when I hooked it up today, the hose didn't connect it, so I had to take my field piece hose and put it on his
Mm,
gauges and stuff like that. So yeah,
you don't
it's
want
out
you don't
there,
want that
man.
review.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that. What's the name money? Be the HVAC. What's the young content creator? Kai. Yeah, be the
Oh,
HVAC
HVAC
Kai.
consent.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
I mean, shit.
they need it. They need
They
it.
paying, they paying my subscription. I wish I could bump it up, but my subscription is $10. I get 1,000 people in there. Shit, I be, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, that's reoccurring.
without having to go to work.
Mhm.
I'm
That's
trying to make a
reoccurring.
good $10,000, $20,000 off of it a month. So I'm building it up and hopefully it grow the way I want it to grow. Yeah.
And that will ease up operations so much, if you had, 10,
Oh yeah,
20 grand
I
coming
I
in,
I do that shit. I just installs be
focus
50.
more.
All installs be 15, 20, and I ain't budget.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying my overhead. I don't keep your overhead low. I charge 30 piece. Shit, come on, let's do it. Sub it out 30 piece. Yeah. If they could do it, why we can't do it? You know what I'm saying?
No. So
Yeah.
so tell me how the market is in Charlotte. Like, I know you got big Morris Jenkins out there, and they're a big boy, and
It's a few big companies. It fluctuates because like I had a client that I just did, Morris Jenkins was gonna charge them, I think 25,000 for a 4-ton, and another
ductwork.
guy, probably fabrication, wasn't no new ductwork, it was just 25,000 to upgrade it. And then another company told 10, but I don't know if the company was small or not. So it fluctuates from
Mhm.
your price point for small business to 12. Then the rest of everybody just fluctuate.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to run it to the point where I get out that stigma. That's why I changed my name from our affordable
Mhm.
to a professional company
Yeah.
and then implement the content. I want all my customers to see my content because they know what they're going to get when they do business with me. So now it's just the price is the price.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. Just the price
And
is the
that's
price right
where
now.
and that's kind of where my mind is at from coming from that last company with the
Yeah,
PE was, we had to sell it high.
yeah,
So what I started looking at was what is the market selling it at? Like when I say the market, like who's the biggest advertiser, who has the most trucks, who's pretty much dominating the market? What are their prices like? Because
yeah,
that's who you're competing against. So it's like, don't let your prices be too much lower than their prices.
yeah.
You're giving money away. I know that people are like, "Oh, you're a small company." No, people
They
don't say
all
that to
they
me,
all they always say that. I don't give a damn about that. They always say that.
but the people I think, small owners think like this, "Oh, what's my overhead? Do my expenses." No, you ain't gotta worry about that.
Yeah,
You ain't gotta worry about that. I'm gonna tell you, you're too small to worry about that. You're too small to worry about that.
Yeah.
I tell you what your price gonna be. What's his price? 25? Okay, you gonna do it for 22.
Yeah.
That's your price. You're gonna have a whole lot of extra money. You're gonna have a whole lot of extra money to go invest in your company. Go buy a van, something. Go take a girl out. Because don't sell it just for what? Why? You can't grow if you sell it for too low. If you sell it for what you need, you're never gonna get what you want.
Yeah.
You're never gonna get what you want if you sell it for what you need. Yeah, my overhead. Your overhead is just you and it's a couple more people in office tech work. It's like, don't sell yourself short just because your expenses is low. Sell it for what the market is selling it for.
Yeah.
And bring that same value though. You gotta bring that same
value.
Though. You can't, you gotta put shoe covers on, you gotta show up presentable, you gotta go through a flow, you gotta have your book.
The whole butler
the
service.
sales presentation. You gotta, once you got the same thing they got, and you can do it better than them, or hopefully you master that crap. That is the show. When it's like the business is show business, it's real show business. You got the business, the show is the sales presentation. That is the show. And you have to master the show. You have to be the master of the show. And I take that serious. I take my sales process really serious. And I think everybody should, because nothing happens without the sale. And that's how you can sell for top dollar. You can sell for top dollar if you can master of the show.
Yeah.
Take them through the whole process. Let them experience the book, boom, close all the doors, get the objections, help them make a good decision, high five them when they get that high, you got it, boy. They got it. They're a homeowner. They automatically got it. They got a house. Go take some money out of that daggone house. You know what I'm saying? They got it, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I think.
Clear my mind.
Think about it. If they try to pull like, oh yeah, you're a small guy, you can do it for cheaper. I'm like, no, I really can't. But if you really make a deal right now, I might be able to knock a few dollars off of it.
That's why I was just saying to my mentor, I think now is the time right now for small business owners to rise.
Oh yeah.
What I'm seeing right now, those companies are 15 to 50,000 right now, depending on what the unit is or whatever it is. So if you can hit those same margins just a little bit lower, that's a big win for you. It's slam dunk.
Tuck in, give them a couple.
It's a slam dunk. As long as you got the like you say, the whole butler system from you, the same thing they will get from them is the same thing they get from you as well, as far as the work being done professionally, all that stuff like that.
Communication is good.
Communication, all that stuff, man. Because even though those companies are doing it for that price, shit, some of them be doing it half-ass too. They might pay for that, and it should be looking crazy. And they spent all that money because they thought that was the company. So
exactly.
Especially if you
some
got
good installers.
But that's why I'm at now. All my shit is high octane quality. If you're not going to pay for quality, I can't be with you. You know what I'm saying? Especially because system, like all systems need new ductwork. All systems need. If you're not going to do that, then all right, let's do fabrication. Let's add another $5-10 to it for fabrications.
New
line sets, all that, upsells and return, all that.
Because this is what you don't want to hear, and it's not because we're just pushing stuff off on people. It's because you don't want to hear, my ductwork is leaking. I wish you would have told me that when you quoted me for the new system. I would have put it in the financing. Oh, the line set is, I wish you would have told me that. Or this, you wish you would have told me that. I don't ever want to hear those words. So I'm always going to tell them everything.
Yeah.
And I'm always going to quote everything. They can take it off if they want to take it off. That's fine. But I'm going to put it on that paper, and I'm going to tell them why they need to have it. And it's going to be a real good reason why they should get it. But if they want to opt out, they can never come back and say, oh, I wish you would have told me. That makes me kind of like feel like I got to give them a discount now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get in that weird situation where you did a job, you got a customer that wish you would have told them. And then now you're like, well, let me go ahead and do it. No, I'm going to give you a deal.
That's why you got to dot your I's and cross your T's, man. Cover it all. Don't leave no money on the table. Yeah.
Just quote it all. Yeah.
All right, man.
But yeah, man, that's life now.
Appreciate you on the interview, big dog. I got one tomorrow, and then I got another one Saturday. So hell yeah.
Cool. Who's gonna do your editing? You?
Yeah, I usually edit mine. I'm quick with that shit. I might come up with a little preview tonight. A little quick clip.
So you just learn about video editing on your own?
Man, like my mentor say, he said, I got it in me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the willingness to just jump into the fire and say, hey, we're gonna figure this shit out. But
Mhm.
you know, it's not really, I've been doing it. I've been working on it since a while now, since me
Yeah.
making photos and stuff like that. I've been doing this for a long time. So it's just nature to me, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like my girl, she like to use the laptop to edit videos. I just edit videos on my phone real quick. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying?
good.
I work more
Yeah, you
faster from my phone. Like I don't need, I
yeah,
really
all
don't,
that
I could
stuff.
really run the HVAC business from just in my van. I don't need no office. I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need
Yeah.
none of that shit. I'm mobile.
Mhm.
Have my technicians get some vans at them, cameras in the front, cameras in the back, GPS, stock up. I know what's on that motherfucking truck. I know how much you're charging. Let it run. You don't need no, you
Welcome
don't
to the
need none of
office,
that.
boy.
Don't
Welcome to
need
the
none of
office.
that.
Like Denzel in Training Day. This is my
Yeah.
office.
Yeah, the van in my office. Come in here. Come here. Yeah, come in here. Meet me at my stores. Yeah, that storage is all different type. Oh, this down south, this go to that store right there. Oh, go to man. You really don't need all that over here, man. Fuck
So
all
that's what
that.
you use
Yeah,
storage. You use storage right now for
yeah,
office space?
yeah. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
use this.
Me too.
There's no point in that shit. Just
That's the
keep it
same thing I
mobile.
did back in the
Cause
day.
it's a few companies that's like mobile only. They're not even in the States, but they got vans here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Wow,
yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
Yeah, we in a good market, man. We in a good
yeah.
market. So strike while the iron's hot. Get this money, sell that company, become millionaires. HVAC millionaires.
Yeah, man.
Dope.
Well,
All right.
appreciate you, big dog.
Yeah, man. It's a wrap. I appreciate
And
you
let
having
me
me
know
on.
when you in Charlotte, man.
Yeah,
Get up
definitely.
or
I gotta
something.
come out
I'll
there
come up
and
there,
take a
man.
visit. Definitely come out there and take a visit, hang out
Yeah.
with you, man. All right, bro. I'm
All
gonna
right,
head
man.
out. Later,
Appreciate you.
man. No problem. Bye-bye.